What if I told you that your partner's face holds a secret language, one that reveals their true emotional state, whether they want it to or not? Not through dramatic Hollywood-style tells, but through subtle micro-expressions that even the most skilled liars can't completely control. I'm Adam, and after studying human behavior for over a decade and analyzing thousands of hours of relationship interactions, I've discovered something fascinating. Psychology doesn't lie. And today, we're going to decode 5 scientifically backed facial clues that can reveal hidden truths, but with a crucial twist most videos miss. Before we dive in, let me be crystal clear. This isn't about playing detective or making accusations. Research from the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology shows that jumping to conclusions about infidelity can actually damage healthy relationships more than the cheating itself. This is about understanding human psychology better, whether you're single, dating, or married. These clues aren't proof of cheating. They're signals that something might be off emotionally. And the most powerful part, once you recognize them, you can use this knowledge to build stronger, more authentic connections. Ready to decode the face's hidden language? Let's start with the most misunderstood clue of all. Clue number 1, the Duchenne smile gap. Okay, real talk time. Have you ever looked at your partner's smile and felt that tiny voice in your gut whisper, "Something's off here"? That split-second moment when their grin doesn't quite reach their eyes? Girl, that's not just your anxiety playing tricks on you. That's your intuition screaming at you to pay attention. Most experts out there will hit you with that tired line, "Cheaters can't fake a real smile." Nah, it's way deeper than that. What they're missing is what psychologists call the Duchenne smile gap. And trust me, this is the real tea that changes everything. Here's the raw truth your soul already knows. When someone's truly happy, I mean bone-deep, soul-level happy, their smile doesn't just live in their mouth. It explodes through their entire face. Those tiny crinkles at the corners of their eyes, that's not just crow's feet, baby. That's joy radiating from their spirit. But when someone's carrying secrets, when guilt's weighing heavy on their chest, their smile gets stuck. It's all lips, no heart, all performance, no soul. I'll never forget this couple I worked with, Sarah and Mike. Sarah kept saying, "He smiles at me, but it feels like he's smiling at me, not with me." And you know what the research proved? A groundbreaking 2020 study in the Emotion Journal found that people drowning in emotional stress show a 67% drop in those genuine eye smiles. 7%. That's not just data. That's someone's broken heart hiding behind a mask. But here's where I need you to breathe deep and hear this truth. This isn't about catching cheaters. It's about healing hearts. That forced smile you're noticing, it might not be about betrayal at all. Maybe they're crushed by work pressure. Maybe they're terrified about health scares. Maybe they're just lost. The real power isn't in pointing fingers. It's in creating that sacred space where they can finally breathe and say, "I'm not okay." But what if that smile is hiding something darker? What if it's not just stress, but a carefully crafted performance? Because here's the thing about liars. They don't just fake smiles, they fake attention. And that brings us to the dead giveaway 99% of people miss. Clue number 2 that'll make your spine tingle when you see it in real time. Stick with me, because what I'm about to show you next could save your relationship or finally give you the closure you deserve. This isn't just psychology, it's your emotional survival kit. Clue number 2, the attention allocation shift. All right, real talk time. You know that gut feeling when something's off with your person? When they're right there in front of you, but somehow miles away? That's not just your imagination playing tricks on you. That's your subconscious picking up on what psychologists call the ghost in the room, the attention gap. Most YouTubers will tell you to watch their eyes. Total surface level advice. Here's what Harvard's top behavioral scientists discovered after studying thousands of couples. It's not where they look, it's how their soul shows up in the moment. When someone's emotionally present, their face dances with the conversation like a live wire. But when they're carrying secrets, that's when you see it. Those micro pauses, those tiny, heartbreaking seconds where their entire face just flatlines. Picture this. You're sharing your biggest dream, your voice trembling with excitement, and in that split second before they respond, their face goes completely blank, like someone pulled the plug on their emotional connection. That's the attentional blink, their brain literally short-circuiting because their heart's carrying too much weight. And here's the kicker that keeps me up at night. This isn't just about cheating. Sometimes it's grief. Sometimes it's trauma. Sometimes it's fear that if they show their real pain, you'll walk away. But here's the beautiful part, the part that gives me chills every single time. You have the power to change this, right now, today. Instead of playing detective, become their safe space. Next time you see that flicker of disconnection, don't ask what's wrong. Try this instead. I notice you drifted for a second there, babe. I'm right here. No judgment, just us. That's the secret sauce, creating emotional oxygen where truth can breathe, because when someone feels truly safe, their face lights up again, their soul comes home. And that brings us to the third clue, the one that FBI profilers use but nobody talks about, the asymmetrical truth teller that can't be faked. Stick with me, because what I'm about to show you will change how you read every face you meet. Clue number 3, asymmetrical expressions. Yo, real talk for a sec? That moment when your gut just knows something's off, like when your girl says, I'm fine, but her left eyebrow does this little scoff while her right side stays put. Deadass. Your intuition ain't playing games. See this? This is where liars get exposed. Your face? It's got a GPS for truth. FBI profilers call it asymmetry, but I call it your soul's SOS signal. When someone's 100% real with you, their joy, their pain, their everything dances on both sides of their face. Equal, balanced, pure. But when someone's hiding truth, or worse, when they're drowning in pain they can't name, their face becomes a battlefield. One eyebrow climbs like it's trying to escape the lie. One corner of their mouth lifts like it's mocking the words coming out. I've seen this destroy marriages, shatter friendships, all because nobody knew how to read the signs. Stanford researchers dropped a bombshell in 2018. People concealing real pain show 43% more facial asymmetry than those living authentically. That's not just statistics, fam. That's lives bleeding through cracks in their smiles. But here's what nobody tells you on TikTok. This ain't about catching cheaters. This is about saving souls. That asymmetry? It could mean your brother's battling depression, your bestie's hiding bankruptcy, your partner's swallowing trauma like it's water. I've been there, watching my own father's face split in two while he lied about his cancer diagnosis. So next time you see that lopsided smile, that eyebrow doing its solo performance, don't go all Nancy Drew on them. Lean in close, touch their hand, say what changed everything for me. Hey, I see you. The real you, that little flicker in your face, I know you're carrying something heavy, I'm here. No judgment, just love. Because here's the tea that'll melt your mind. When you respond with compassion instead of suspicion, that's when the magic happens. Their shoulders drop, their face softens, the asymmetry, it fades like bad memories in sunlight. And that's how you don't just spot pain, you heal it. Which brings us to the most dangerous clue of all, the one that slips out faster than your ex's promises. Clue number 4, the microflash of distress. All right, real talk time. Ever had that moment where your gut just knew something was off? Like when your partner says, I'm good, but your heart starts racing like you just ran a marathon? That's not paranoia, babe. That's your intuition screaming at you. And today, we're going to unlock why that happens. See that? That microsecond flicker, that's what world-renowned psychologist Paul Ekman calls the truth leak. It's your soul's emergency broadcast system, blasting your real feelings across your face before your brain can hit mute. And let me tell you something raw. No matter how smooth someone thinks they are, their face will always betray them. Every single time. Picture this with me. You're sitting across from someone you love. You ask, hey, what's really going on with you? And they flash that perfect, polished smile. Nah, I'm golden. But right there in that split second before the mask goes up, you catch it, that tiny flash of fear, that microsecond of sadness. That's not just stress, my friend. That's their heart screaming what their lips won't say. Here's what nobody tells you. That microflash isn't always about betrayal. Sometimes it's about protection. Maybe they're shielding you from a job loss or hiding a health scare or carrying the weight of their own broken heart. That split-second distress, it's not a lie, it's love wearing armor. So here's your game changer, your relationship superpower. Stop hunting for lies. Start creating safety. When you go first, when you share your own messy, raw, real moments, watch what happens. That armor starts to crack. Those microflashes of fear, They transform into micro moments of trust. Because here's the beautiful truth psychology can't fake. Vulnerability is contagious. I've seen marriages saved not by catching cheaters, but by creating spaces where I'm not okay is safer than I'm fine. Where that micro flash of distress becomes the first step toward healing instead of the first step toward suspicion. That's not just psychology, that's pure human magic. And speaking of magical transformations in relationships, what if I told you the real tell isn't in their eyes or their smile or even those lightning fast micro expressions? What if the most powerful clue of all lives right here in the subtle dance of their mouth? Because clue number 5, it's the silent scream that changes everything, and it's happening right now in millions of relationships across America. Stick with me. This one will rewrite how you see every conversation you ever have. Clue number 5, the lip pull away. Okay, real talk for a second. You know that moment when you're pouring your heart out to someone you love, and suddenly you feel it, like a cold breeze cutting through warm sunlight. Their face hasn't changed much, but something's off. Their lips, they've just vanished. This right here, this lip pull away, it's not just body language, it's your heart screaming what their mouth won't say. When someone's truly with you, their lips stay soft, open, present. But when they're emotionally checked out, watch how their lips retreat, like turtles pulling into their shells. It's their soul's silent SOS. I don't feel safe here. I'll never forget Sarah, a client who came to me after 12 years of marriage. She said, I kept seeing this flicker in his face when I'd ask about his work stress. His words said, I'm fine, but his lips, they just disappear. Turns out, he wasn't cheating. He was drowning in shame after losing his job and terrified she'd see him as less of a man. Here's what those clickbait videos won't tell you. This isn't about catching liars. It's about saving love. Private investigators use this clue. Yeah, but the real power? It's recognizing when someone's silently screaming for emotional safety, that lip pull away. It's not always about them hiding. It's often about us making it unsafe to be seen. But here's where we flip the script, where we go from detecting pain to healing it. Ever heard of nonviolent communication? Nah, it's not some woo-woo therapist jargon. It's your secret weapon to melt emotional ice. Instead of firing missiles like, where were you last night? Try this. Hey, I felt my chest tighten when I didn't hear from you. Can we just check in? I miss us. This isn't psychology. You take suspicion and turn it into sacred space. You take fear and forge it into trust. Because here's the truth that'll hit you like a ton of bricks. The most dangerous thing in any relationship isn't a wandering eye. It's a heart that's learned to hide in plain sight. So next time you see those lips retreat, don't reach for your phone to snoop. Reach for this. Ask yourself, where did I make love feel unsafe today? Because when you master this, you don't just spot cheaters, you become the person nobody ever wants to cheat on. And that, my friends, is why clue number 5 isn't an ending. It's your beginning. Your invitation to build a love so safe, so real that hiding becomes impossible. Stick with me, because what comes next, it's not just about reading faces, it's about rewriting destinies. Now, let me share what no other video will tell you. These clues work both ways. If you recognize these patterns in yourself, it might be time for self-reflection. Are you avoiding difficult conversations? Hiding parts of yourself out of fear? The most powerful relationships are built on radical honesty and emotional safety. Here's your action plan. First, observe without judgment for a week. Notice when these facial clues appear in yourself and others. Second, create one emotionally safe conversation this week where you share something vulnerable. Third, practice what I call the curiosity approach. Instead of making assumptions, ask gentle questions like, I noticed you seemed quiet today. What's on your mind? Remember, psychology can't be fooled, but it also can't be weaponized. These facial clues aren't evidence for accusations. They're invitations for deeper connection. Whether you're navigating relationship challenges or simply wanting to understand human behavior better, this knowledge is power when used with compassion. Every relationship has moments where emotions get complicated. What matters isn't perfection. It's the courage to show up authentically and create space for others to do the same. You deserve relationships where no one has to hide. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Have you ever noticed these facial clues in your interactions? What did you learn from that experience? Share your story below. Let's build a community of understanding together. If this resonated with you, hit that subscribe button for more science-backed insights on human behavior. Remember, knowledge is power, but wisdom is knowing how to use it. Until next time, stay curious, stay kind.